A lot of ladies say this more so than I hear from guys. But I'm being fair on both sides because I hear this from guys as well. But we do hear this more for ladies. We hear single men, correct me if I'm wrong, single men, and I'm not saying this is all ladies, I'm saying this is some. That we hear that sometimes ladies feel as if they are entitled and that they expect a lavish lifestyle. Like my husband needs to be able to buy me the kind of car that I want to drive, or my husband has to be able to put me in a 10,000 square foot mansion, or I have to get the best hair, or I have to do, like these ladies feel as if like the lavish lifestyle has to be upfront. I don't disagree with having goals and having dreams and building something that we both enjoy that will be lavish one day. But if this person comes to the table and said like, yo, you have to buy me luxury items, we only can go to luxury restaurants, or we have to only do this, then that is a red flag. Again, I'm not saying that's a bad individual. What I am saying is that is a red flag for AO, because I don't have to do anything when I don't know you. I have to respect you. I have to honor you. And honestly, I have to give you a great experience. I do believe in that if we go out on a date. Okay. That's just the character integrity of me. But I don't have to spend $500 on you for dinner. I don't have to take you to the mall and take you on a shopping spree. I don't have to. You shouldn't expect anything on both sides, brothers. We don't need to be expecting nothing from this woman. And I believe a woman needs to be expecting that in the dating phases.
I think as a man, you want to be a provider. You want to give every hint that you can through the course of the relationship that like, hey, this could be you. Like, hey, if you're with me, we can have a good time. We can go here. We can go on trips. We can do all this. And a lot of times I think men are so pressured, or they put this pressure on themselves to show like, hey, if you're with me, this is what you're going to get. And I'm not saying that that's wrong. You should do that. I mean, you want to put your best foot forward. You don't want to be bummy and having a woman thinking that you can't even take care of yourself, let alone another person, let alone if you have children, a family. So you want to give every indication that you're willing to spend money, or you have the ability to do these different things. But how that is articulated doesn't mean like necessarily I have to, give you all the nice things I can possibly give and put myself in debt to make you happy and things like that. Or the expectation in a dating phase. And I love he prefaced, he said the dating phase. I don't owe you a $500 date. I don't owe you jewelry. I don't owe you a shopping spree. I don't owe you trips and this and that while we're dating. Yeah. And if you expect that coming in, and my stance is a little bit different than his. I agree it's a red flag, but I think in general, there might be guys out there that are willing to do that stuff. So I'm going to leave room and say, hey, there might be guys that have the means to do that, where they're more willing to spend bigger dollars and stuff like that because they got it. But hey, if you're expecting that from your average guy, and that's always what I speak to, is like the average guy that you're going to see. If the expectation is that they're going to do X, Y, and Z and live above their means, I get it. Americans, we're constantly spending probably money that we shouldn't spend, doing things. We're looking as if we are rich, but when you look at actual rich people, or the real wealthy people, and the average, look at the cars that they drive. They're driving Hondas, they're driving Toyotas, all these gas efficient cars. They're not even riding around in the Bentleys. They're not riding around a Lexus.
Day, they might have
some, but no, most of them on a day to day, they're not buying the newest Jordans and stuff like that. They're wearing New Balances, the orthopedic Skechers and stuff. Like, so I do think that there is a thought process in some women's minds that like, hey, I want this crazy style of living. I want to be able to get my nails done every week. I want to be able to get my hair done. I need money for this and that. I'm not saying you can't look pretty and things like that, but I also think that it should be within reason. Yeah. And there shouldn't be an expectation of all of this from someone that you're dating. And I think that's the biggest issue. And we'll do a video probably on this in the future of like what dating actually is versus how people use dating nowadays, and how it's negatively affected all relationships and even marriages.
Let's put this out there right now, because I think some people be confused, okay? We are not saying you should not have standards. Did you hear what I said? Yeah. We're not saying that, okay? We're saying if you are just starting to date, I'm just starting to get to know you, you don't know me, I don't know you, things like that. We're asking the questions, what's your favorite color, things like that. We can ask about your goals, your plans, okay. But no, a person automatically let you know, I expect us to have a boat with a yacht and this and this. Let me tell you why it's a clear red flag, because that's what their mind is. Yep. Their mind is on how I can live large regardless if you're in the picture, can you provide this for me?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's literally why it's a red flag.
And not to interrupt you,
yeah.
but the basketball player Joe Smith, whose wife, when he hit tough times where he lost all millions of dollars and all that stuff, she was like, okay, I was in the adult entertainment industry. I'm going back to, I'm getting on OnlyFans to make some extra money because I need certain things and you can't give me those things.
Exactly.
So it wasn't like to death do you part. You weren't really a ride or die. You were just like, hey, I was in for the ride. And when the ride, when you get a flat tire, that's it for me. Like, I'm out. I'm about to figure out something. I'm about to go back to what I was doing. And I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that's just what I thought about. Like,
now,
crazy.
living above your means, you said at the beginning, so crucial because we just want and we see things, and especially this trip thing, people going on trips and early in the dating phase and things like that. But then when you come back, you should not be struggling.
No.
And you should not be up here like waiting, check the check, barely got your lights paid. Then he asking you to borrow some money and things like that. Because y'all went on this lavish trip and did some Instagram photo. No. Okay.
Yeah.
Red flag.
First things first, make sure you can take care of yourself. And then once you're able to take care of yourself, then you can take care of other people. And then women should be very aware. Can this guy really afford these things? And why is he trying? If he's trying to just pour out all these different things on you, like you should have a red flag. Okay, is he trying to buy my heart? Or like, what type of girl does he think I am that, he can just give me these things and that's going to be enough to like do whatever. Like, what type of relationship is that? And so materialism has hurt relationships so bad and we want to steer away from that. So I thought this was great.